Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Manchester United's game against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup 4th round. So I'm going to go with the 4-3-3 formation. In goal, David De Gea. David De Gea was in goal for the game against West Ham before the international break. To be honest, we didn't have much to do in that game. De Gea has been very good this season. He's now back to his best. Earlier on this season, De Gea did mention that he's planning to spend many more years at Manchester United. He's been a long servant as it stands because this season is his 11th season at Man United. He's been with us since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. He has won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. De Gea's contract at Manchester United expires next year. De Gea receives £375,000 a week, so is the second highest earner at the club behind Ronaldo. Revert back to last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number one spot back as he decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks. Revert back to 2015, De Gea was close to a move to Real Madrid on deadline day, but his move to Real Madrid didn't materialise due to a fax machine. Manchester United got De Gea from Atletico Madrid back in 2011. We paid around 17 million. At right back, I'm going to go with Diego Dalot. Diego Dalot is our first choice right back under Rangnick. And to be honest with you, he's been very impressive under Rangnick. Dalot played against West Ham before the international break and he played well. In that game against West Ham, he made a crucial interception and a crucial block. Last season, Dalot endured a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Manchester United got Dalot from Porto. A few years ago now, Manchester United paid £19 million for him. We brought him in under the Jose Mourinho era. Dalot's contract at Man United expires next year. We won't play Wan-Bissaka at right back in this game. Bissaka's been out anyway due to COVID. The two centre backs, I'm going to go with Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire. Raphael Varane's done well in the last 2 games. He played very well against West Ham and he also played very well against Brentford. They're the 2 best games that Varane has endured since he come back from that hamstring injury. Varane's endured 2 injuries since he signed for the club. Varane, most of the time when he plays, he seems to make the difference. He's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a very good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware Varane won when he was at Real Madrid. Manchester United got Varane for 41 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 34 million up front. Varane's got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. And Harry Maguire, I don't think he's good enough to represent the club. Man United are looking to sell him in the summer. Maguire had a minor injury not so long ago. He had a calf injury earlier on this season, and towards the end of last season he had ligament damage in his ankle. Maguire has been at Manchester United over 2 years now. Manchester United got him for 80 million, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. We need to take the captaincy off Maguire because quite clearly he's not a leader. So yeah, Varane and Maguire's the two centre-halves. I don't think we'll go with Lindelof. Lindelof obviously missed the game against West Ham before the international break due to personal reasons. Lindelof's house got robbed. Left back, I'm going to go with Alex Telles. Alex Telles is our first choice left back under Rangnick, and to be honest with you, he's been very impressive under Rangnick. Telles played very well against West Ham before the international break. He was energetic, he was creative, he provided that width and he got into some very good positions. I hope Telles stays at Manchester United this year. You know, Telles has been subjected to transfer speculation before. The reason we brought Telles in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. Earlier on this season he had an injury. Man United got Telles from Porto back in 2020. We got him for 15.4 million with add-ons included. Luke Shaw, he's actually out with injury at the moment. I don't think Shaw will start this game. The three centre midfielders, I'm going to go with Paul Pogba, Fred and Scott McTominay. Paul Pogba is expected to be available for this game against Middlesbrough because Paul Pogba recently returned to training, and the other week Ralph Rangnick confirmed that Paul Pogba will return after the international break. Pogba has been out with injury for a while. The last game Paul Pogba played was the 2-2 draw against Atalanta. Now, it said not so long ago that Paul Pogba is willing to stay at Manchester United as long as Ralph Rangnick is manager for next season. Pogba has been impressed by Ralph Rangnick since his arrival, and Paul Pogba is open to signing a new contract. The other month, The Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history, but Pogba actually denied being offered that contract. Pogba's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Earlier on this season, apparently, Paul Pogba told Man United that he wanted to join Real Madrid in the summer, but it said PSG was the most likely destination for Pogba because Pogba did hold talks with PSG. This season is his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far, and he's played 212 games and scored 38 times since he re-signed, and Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. We had him when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Fred, he's had his good games at Man United, but he's also endured a lot of poor games as well. I don't think he's good enough to represent the club. Manchester United got Fred a few years ago from Shakhtar Donetsk. We got him for £50 million. Scott McTominay, got to be honest with you, he's been our best performer under Rangnick. He weren't brilliant against West Ham before the break, but Mctominay was very good in the 3-1 win against Brentford because he was involved in the build-up to two of the goals. He was very, very good in the win against Aston Villa in the third round of the FA Cup. The only goal of that game came from a Scott McTominay header and he got man of the match. McTominay missed a 2-2 draw against Aston Villa because of suspension. He was very good away at Norwich last year and he was good on the opening day against Leeds. McTominay has been part of the club for a long time. And revert back to 2020, he committed his future to the club because he signed a 5-year contract with Man United. Left wing, I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford. To be fair to Rashford, he's found some form in the last couple of games. Marcus Rashford came off the bench and scored the winner against West Ham. That goal from Marcus Rashford came in the 93rd minute of stoppage time. Rashford also came off the bench against Brentford and scored. Reflecting on that ended Marcus Rashford's 3-month goal drought. So Rashford has 2 goals in his last 2 games. Rashford had a minor leg injury not so long ago. But let's be honest, Rashford has endured a lot of poor games this season, and a lot of Man United fans, including me, have said that Rashford has not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem. Rashford's contract at Man United expires next year. Earlier on this season it said Marcus Rashford was prepared to open contract talks with Man United. Rashford receives £200,000 a week at the moment. PSG still want him. Revert back to earlier on this season, it said Barcelona wanted him. Rashford's been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7. And he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. And he's gone on to make nearly 300 appearances in all competitions. On the right wing, I'm going to go with Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's missed Man United's last couple of games due to personal reasons. Jadon Sancho hasn't done that well for Man United so far. He's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected. But it does take some players time to settle in. Revert back to when we had Solskjaer, we couldn't get the best out of Sancho because Solskjaer persistently played him out of position, and there was quite a few games Sancho didn't even play in under Solskjaer. I think the best games he's enjoyed since he signed for the club was the games against Villarreal and Chelsea away because he scored in both of them games. And he did well in the 3-1 win against Burnley in the final game of last year, but unfortunately he was denied a goal in that game. Sancho did enjoy 4 good years at Borussia Dortmund before he signed for Man United. Man United signed Sancho from Dortmund last summer. We got him for 78 million with add-ons included. Man United paid 73 million up front. He's got a contract with Man United until June 2026 as an option of a further year. So yeah, Sancho on the right wing. And up top, I'm going to go with Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously Ronaldo played in the game against West Ham before the international break. To be fair, he did well. He played a part in Marcus Rashford's winning goal, and he could have won a penalty in the first half. Prior to the game against West Ham before the break, Ronaldo was a doubt because he sustained a neck injury. but obviously recovered from the neck injury. Ronaldo's endured a few injuries since he re-signed for the club. Don't forget Ronaldo was furious for being substituted against Brentford, but Ralph Rangnick defended his decision to substitute Ronaldo against Brentford. Reports from Spain said the other week that Ronaldo is asking for a return to Real Madrid. Before Ronaldo endured like 9.5 years at Real Madrid. That's before he went to Juventus, and Ronaldo's already asked his agent Jorge Mendes to find him another club because quite clearly Ronaldo's unhappy at Man United. Well, it said Ronaldo will leave Man United in the summer anyway if they fail to qualify for the Champions League, and Ronaldo faces a 25% pay cut should Man United fail to qualify for the Champions League. A couple of weeks ago now, Ronaldo gave an interview and he was very critical of the youngsters. So, reflecting on that, Ronaldo was demanding more from the youngsters. And Ronaldo was backing Rangnick to do a good job at Man United. And Ronaldo also said, I'm not at Man United to compete for 6th or 7th. He said, finishing below 3rd is unacceptable. Since Ronaldo re-signed for the club, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions. He's got over 800 goals in his career. Man United re-signed him last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt, and Ronaldo's contract at Man United expires next year, but there is an option of a further year. He receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. Ronaldo's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. So anyway, that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Middlesbrough in the Cup. Man United are coming into this game having won their last 2 games in a row. Manchester United should progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup. You know, Man United progressed to the 4th round of the FA Cup by beating Aston Villa in the 3rd round. The FA Cup, I think, is the only chance Man United have got of winning a trophy this season. There again, we're in the Champions League, but we won't win the Champions League. The last time Manchester United won the FA Cup was back in 2016 under the Louis van Gaal era. Man United have won the FA Cup 12 times. And Man United have not won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. As for Middlesbrough, they progressed to the 4th round of the FA Cup by beating Mansfield in the 3rd round. The last time Man United and Middlesbrough played each other was back in March 2017. That's when Middlesbrough were in the Premier League. Middlesbrough's manager is Chris Wilder. Middlesbrough appointed him in last year to replace Neil Warnock. Obviously, Neil Warnock got sacked last year. Chris Wilder's managed quite a few clubs in his managerial career. Obviously, before Middlesbrough, he managed Sheffield United. I remember when he was in the Premier League with Sheffield United. Before as well, he managed Northampton and Oxford. A while ago, he managed Halifax and Alfred Town. Like I mentioned on the preview, I do know quite a few of the players that Middlesbrough have got. Obviously, they do have Andras Sporer. He's on loan at Middlesbrough from Sporting Lisbon. They've got Isaiah Jones. They also have Aaron Connolly. He's on loan at Middlesbrough from Brighton. They've got Balogun. They've got Josh Coburn. They also have Duncan Watmore. they've got Sammy Amiobi. He's a former Newcastle player. They've got Riley McGree. They have Johnny Howson, former Norwich and Leeds player, I think. They've got Marcus Brown. He's just recovered from injury not so long ago. Mark Boller. He's out with injury for the season for Middlesbrough. Or should I say Mark Bowler, not Mark Boller. They've got Paddy McNair. He's a former Manchester United player. They've got Neil Taylor and Matt Crooks. They've got Conor Malley. So yeah, they are quite a few of the players that Middlesbrough do have. Manchester United's next league game is Burnley on the 8th of February. Now obviously on my last video I gave you more news on Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood has been further arrested on suspicion of sexual assault and making threats to kill. Greenwood was arrested on Sunday on suspicion of rape and assault. Man United issued a statement not so long ago regarding Greenwood, saying that, Mason Greenwood has been suspended from Man United until further notice. Today, Mason Greenwood was removed from FIFA 22. And obviously, United players are unfollowing him on social media. Greenwood has thrown his career away. It's disgraceful what Greenwood has done. It's his own fault, really. Mason Greenwood joined Manchester United at the age of 6. He made his senior debut for Man United back in 2019, and since then, he's gone on to make 129 appearances. And he's scored over 30 goals. Last season, Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with Man United. More news will definitely update on Mason Greenwood, won't it? Manchester United endured a poor January transfer window, like I mentioned today, because Manchester United didn't make any signings. Obviously, Man United wanted to sign a midfielder in the January transfer window because when Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. There was a lot of players Man United went in for in January. We tried to get Dennis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. We went in for Ruben Neves towards the end of the window. We also went in for Amadou Haidara from RB Leipzig. There was rumours coming out about Ousmane Dembele, but the rumours weren't true regarding Ousmane Dembele because Man United confirmed that. Towards the end of the window, he said we were interested in signing Yves Bissouma from Brighton. So there you go, and obviously Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham have been long-term targets for Man United. I'm expecting Man United to make some signings in the summer. And Man United should have let Lingard and Dean Henderson leave in the January transfer window. We blocked their moves, basically. And obviously towards the end of the January transfer window, we had the Mason Greenwood incident. We did let quite a few players go out on loan. Obviously, we let Donny van der Beek go out on loan to Everton. Amad Diallo went out on loan to Rangers. We let Martial go out on loan to Sevilla. Tiedemann Mengi went out on loan to Birmingham City. Tuanzebe went out on loan to Napoli. Man United also loaned Ethan Laird out. Obviously, that January transfer window was Rangnick's first transfer window as Man United's interim manager. As you all know, Manchester United are considering offering Ralph Rangnick the job on a permanent basis, because the other week it said Manchester United had put their search for a new manager on hold after being impressed by Ralph Rangnick since he took charge in December. Rangnick's managed 10 games in all competitions. He's lost 1 game so far. He's had 5 wins from 8 league games, and obviously progressed Manchester United to the 4th round of the FA Cup. After the win against West Ham before the international break, he said Man United He said Rangnick will receive a £500,000 bonus if he leads Manchester United to a top 4 finish. Well, Man United are in the top 4 now, reflecting on the win against West Ham before the break. Rangnick earns £180,000 a week. Rangnick is Man United's interim manager till the end of the season. Then it did actually say Rangnick would continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. Obviously, if he were to get the job permanently, then obviously he wouldn't take the consultancy role. Earlier on this season, Rangnick was under pressure because reports were circulating out saying that he was losing the dressing room at Man United, and it mentioned that 17 Manchester United players were unhappy and wanted to leave. Like I said, Man United have a new formation under Rangnick. That's the 4-3-3 formation. The 4-2-2 formation got scrapped because quite clearly that formation wasn't working. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.